Hey folks, Tip here from the Stupid Gardener. This is our series after compost happens. This one here is going to be about our blueberries that we are going to plant today. It's about the 1st of March here, and it's time to put in our blueberries. I bought 4 of them, and I just want to go over what kind I got, because you really have to look online and make sure you're buying the right blueberries for the area of the country that you live in. And so the kind I have here, I have rabbit eye, and that's a low chill blueberry. And what they mean by low chill is that they count the number of hours that in your area that it falls below 40 degrees in the fall and in the wintertime. So, and here in North Carolina, it's a low chill because we're pretty much in the south. And I'm in the Charlotte area, so I need low chill blueberries, and it's the rabbit eye. Last week I went to the local big box store to look for some blueberries, and believe it or not, they had northern blueberries on the shelf. That's a high chill, and that's something that you would use in New England, Michigan, Ohio, up in all those cold areas, because it's a very long chill up there. So you got to be careful and make sure you go online and check your area for the blueberries. A good place to go is to your local college that's in your area. And I went on NC State and their agriculture department, and they went over everything you need to know about blueberries and what to plant. So if you're in the northern area, go to University of Maine, University of Michigan. Sorry about the car. And make sure that you are checking what blueberries to get in your area. Now, I could have made a big mistake and just bought those, but I had done my research before. And so what I did, instead of buying from the big box store, I went to a local family-owned nursery right here in the Charlotte area. And I walked in there, told them what I wanted, and they knew all about having rabbit eye blueberries here in North Carolina. And you're not going to get that from the big box stores. So, and the person that I talked to, she knew all about them, and she pointed them out, and I went ahead and I got my blueberries for them. Same price as what they would have been at the big box store. So, believe it or not. So just be careful with that. That's just my warning on them. And the kind I got rabbit eye, and I got takes the cake and bless your heart. And when you're planting blueberries, you want 2 different kinds so they cross-pollinate. The bees are going to get in here and they're going to cross-pollinate these. And we have a lot of bees down here because I plant a lot of flowers. And so that's very important to get 2 different species so they cross-pollinate. So, and if you get all one kind, they'll still grow, but you won't get a good harvest. So maybe your neighbor has some or something like that. But if you're planting blueberries, you can't just do 1 bush. I would get 2 and make sure they're 2 different species, and check the area where you live. Very, very important. So now, I just want to go over, this is the blueberry bush that I have, and it's coming out of its chill time, because you can tell because it's starting to get some blooms on here. So it's important to get these in the ground because they're starting to wake up and they're starting to bloom. Now you can't see really behind me, but I got 4 of them here. And I'm going to be planting them probably about 2.5 feet apart. They recommend 4, but I'm going to be pruning these each year to get them to grow up, not out. And the root system on these doesn't really get that deep, but they spread out. So, but we'll go over pruning probably in the fall after these go dormant. I will do a little pruning after I put these in. So, and I'll probably do a couple series on there on these. But this is just the introduction, I guess. So anyways, this soil here, as you know, this is a raised bed, and I'm probably up about 5-6 inches off the ground there with soil that I put in here, and you know, I laid some compost on top, and we were all filled up and ready to go. So, but I had to dig down to plant these. I have 2 holes dug now, and I'll show you the 1 hole that that I have over here. And but what I have in the bottom there, and you can see here in North Carolina, we got this sandy kind of clay soil here, and you can see that there. And this doesn't drain very well, so but I had to dig down into it. And what they recommend down here is going to be different from what you're going to do up north. They recommend a pine bark mulch that's fine, and this is it right here, and that's almost broken up. And this is what I'm going to have to put in the bottom of the hole around where all that clay is, because I want, when I water it, I want it to drain. I don't want a big puddle down there and drown these plants. So you want to water and let the plant get what it needs, and it'll drain off. And so that's very important. If you're up north, you can use, you don't have to use this, you can use peat moss, because you want to retain the moisture. I want the moisture to go and then drain off, because this clay soil, as I've spoken about before, it'll puddle up. But I've had this in here for a couple of weeks, and I've noticed with the rain it's been draining okay. And actually I probably have more clay and sand out in the yard here than I do here, so this is a good spot here. So, but I will be going over all that. And also, we got a lot of birds down here. In fact, all the birds are starting to migrate back here to North Carolina, and so they're flying around building nests and everything. So I have my bird fence here to keep the birds out, because I do not want the birds coming in and eating my our blueberries that we're going to have here. And this is probably like 3/4 of an inch by 1/2 inch, and this will allow the bees to get in there and to pollinate, but it'll keep the birds out. And I got these fencing here that I'm going to put into the ground, and that well, these are fence posts. These are fence posts, but that stuff should hook right in here, and we will get this all set up just to keep the birds out, because I want these blueberries to get up and grow. So when I plant these, like I said, I'm going to put this pine bark mulch down the bottom, and then I'm going to mix it in also with some of my great compost that I had screened off in my compost pile, and Compost Happens Part 8. And so that'll be good. That's some good soil, and that'll feed them. Now these roots on these blueberries, they don't grow down. They'll probably grow down another 2 or 3 inches after I plant them, but then they grow out. And then there'll be all kinds of sprouts are going to be coming up all around this. And you can see here, I got a blueberry bush here, and then I have another one over here. So they're going to sprout like crazy, so it's important in the fall time to really prune them back, because you don't want them to get too wide and invade the other space. So I'm going to have to do my due diligence on that. So I'm very excited to start this, and you know, after this we'll be doing the vegetable garden, and we'll just be moving on and planting everything. So it's going to be very, very exciting. So, but I'll show you a quick view of the hole there if I can get my camera on my tablet to get down there, just to show what I'm talking about with that clay. So hang tight 1 second. So let me get over here, and you can see that clay right down in there. That's clay and sand. But I'm going to be putting that this bark mulch down in there, and that will, and you really can't see it, but that will kind of break down that clay and just allow that the water, after it feeds those roots, to kind of feed off. So very excited about starting this, and I'll be doing another video on this after I get it all up and I get the fence up, and you'll be able to see the final product. And so hopefully these will take off this year. I don't know what kind of harvest I'll get this year. They said usually the first year you don't get too much, but these ones that I have, boy, they sure are. They're already blooming here, so it's a good time to get them into the ground. So with that, I think I will sign off and get working. I want to thank everyone for watching, and everyone have a great day. It's a beautiful Sunday down here in North Carolina. So everyone take care. God bless. And this is Tip from the Stupid Gardener. We'll see you on the next one.